Have you ever wondered why it is just so hard to get a new habit to stick? Well, today we are cracking open the playbook from James Clear's incredible book, Atomic Habits. Get ready, because we're going to break down a super simple system that leads to, well, some pretty remarkable results.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You make some huge, ambitious plan, you're fired up with all this motivation, and then a few weeks later, poof, you're right back where you started. It's so frustrating. But here's the good news. The problem isn't you, it's your system. So here's the core idea of Atomic Habits, and it's a game changer. Forget about these massive overnight transformations. Instead, just focus on getting 1% better each day. I know, it sounds tiny, right? But if you do that for a year, the math is just staggering. You end up nearly 37 times better than when you started.
And this, right here, is the magic of compounding in action. Just like interest on your money, your habits multiply over time. All those tiny positive choices start to build on each other, creating this incredible upward curve you see here. But, and this is the scary part, it works both ways. Those tiny bad habits, being just 1% worse each day, they erode your progress until there's practically nothing left.
So what this really means is that the results you see in your life, right now, are just a lagging measure of your habits. Your physical fitness? That's a reflection of your daily eating and exercise habits. Your bank account? It's a reflection of your financial habits. The success you're aiming for comes from the consistency of your small, daily actions, not from some single heroic effort.
Okay, so if these tiny habits are the key, where in the world do we start? Well, this brings us to what I think is the most profound idea in the whole book. See, we usually think change is all about setting better goals, but James Clear says we're focusing on the wrong thing entirely. True, lasting change isn't about what you want to achieve, it's about who you wish to become.
Let me put it this way. An outcome-based goal is something like, I want to run a marathon. Totally fine, but what happens after you cross the finish line? For a lot of people, the motivation just disappears. The identity-based approach completely flips the script. The goal becomes, I want to become a runner. See the difference? Your focus shifts from a single event to a permanent part of who you are.
I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. Every single action you take is like casting a vote for the person you want to be. Doing just one push-up doesn't transform your body, of course not, but it does cast a vote for, I'm the type of person who doesn't miss workouts. Reading just one page casts a vote for, I am a reader. These little wins build up evidence for your new identity.
So how do we actually go about building this new identity vote by vote? For that, we need a system. And to build that system, we first need to understand the hidden engine that's running in the background, driving every single one of our habits.
It turns out every single habit, good or bad, follows this simple four-step feedback loop. First, there's a cue. Let's say your phone buzzes. That cue triggers a craving. You want to know what the notification is. Your response is to pick up the phone and look. And the reward? You satisfy that little bit of curiosity. This loop, cue, craving, response, reward, is what makes habits so automatic.
And now we get to the best part. Once you understand that four-step loop, you can actually take control of it. Clear gives us 4 simple, incredibly practical laws that let us basically hijack this process to build good habits and, just as importantly, to break the bad ones.
Okay, law number 1 is all about that first step, the cue. You want to make a habit a bigger part of your life? Then you need to make the cues for it super obvious. Let's say you want to practice guitar more often. Don't hide it in a closet. Put it on a stand right in the middle of your living room. You want to design your environment so your good habits become the path of least resistance.
Law number 2, make it attractive. This one tackles the craving stage. And there's this brilliant strategy he calls temptation bundling. It's where you link something you want to do with something you need to do. For instance, you only let yourself watch your favorite show on Netflix while you're on the treadmill. All of a sudden, that workout starts to look a whole lot more attractive.
Now for law 3, make it easy. This one is huge because, let's be honest, this is where most of us give up. We try to do way too much, way too soon. The solution? It's called the 2-minute rule. You scale down any new habit so it takes less than 2 minutes to do. Read every day becomes read 1 page. Do yoga becomes roll out my yoga mat. You just master the art of showing up. And finally, law number 4 is to make it satisfying. See, here's the problem with most good habits. The reward is way off in the future. But our brains?
They crave immediate success, so we have to create it. A simple habit tracker is perfect for this. That little act of drawing an X on a calendar gives you an immediate dose of satisfaction. It creates a visual chain that you really won't want to break.
Okay, so all this theory is great, but let's get super practical. What can you do right now, today, to actually start putting this into action? First, go optimize your environment. Make the cues for your good habits totally obvious and make the cues for your bad ones invisible. Second, start small. Use the 2-minute rule for a new habit you want to build. Just focus on showing up. And third, master the entry points. Realize that your whole day is shaped by a few key moments, like choosing to open your journal instead of Instagram first thing in the morning. Master those first 30 seconds, and the rest just follows.
And that really brings us full circle, back to the most important takeaway of all. The goal isn't just to do something new, it's to become someone new. Your habits are simply the path you take to build that new identity, one tiny atomic action at a time. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, who do you want to become?